Can you hear me now? Is it clear enough yet? Hello everybody and welcome to mission 76 of my camera hack series where we look at web behind the scenes stuff in cutscenes. Start off, I have to say that I'm amazed at the positive feedback the voiceover got. I expected some people to like it, but for the text to be more popular, but obviously I was totally wrong, so I guess I won't stop doing these voiceovers anytime soon. More importantly, why is it called You've Had Your Chips? I haven't had any chips. Guess that depends on the type of chip though. Chips have fries, the chips are crisps, the chips are casino tokens. Oh, I can do that. Come on, Cole, you have the chance to punch a blank guy right in the face. You'll never get that kind of opportunity ever again. Might as well take it. Look, it's him again. Isn't that great? I see he still hasn't learned from last time to not watch us creepily from a distance. Plus, he's still alive. In this case, that's an extremely horrible and disappointing thing. Wow, look at how quick and skillfully Cole turned those cards over. Okay, hold on, wait, why are there random chips on the floor? Hold on, why is everything floating? I guess it is 2015. That time Back to the Future came true. But I didn't ask for a hovertape, I asked for a hoverboard, damn it! Sorry about that. Let's just I know right, how does he move those chips without touching them? I didn't know Woozie had mind control powers. No wonder he's blind. I guess this is what the chips are for that the guy brought over. I'm still watching him by the way. He better not make a move. He has his hands behind his back. Probably getting his knife ready as we speak. Or if this really is like Back to the Future, it'll be a baseball bat and he takes me out of the casino and the hoverboard crashed through a window. I can only hope. I heard the sound of the chips moving as if they did, but they didn't. Is this place haunted too? It's bad enough in the garage. I mean, Woozie got his leg stuck in the possibly ghostly table a second ago too, so maybe this entire game's haunted. Why does everything float anyway? I mean, from a design point of view, is it really necessary? All it seems to do is limit the camera angle so that stops from looking at the floor. Everyone's in the ground and cutscene before, so why not here? And the instructions really don't need to be that subtle. Last time they were way too direct, and now it's all secretive as if the enemy might be listening in. Why not just say you're gonna blow it up? Well, anyway, I know this is Las Vegas. Sorry, Las Venturas, obviously different. But yeah, I'm pretty sure even Las Vegas owns many Elvis Presley impersonators. Seems like practically half the population in the city is. If it was this bad in real life, no one would ever want to go there. After the 50th Elvis Presley impersonator has given you his own terrible rendition of one of his songs, you're probably not going to want to stay. Oh my god, have you seen how bad my driving is? How many things have I crashed into now? Oh my god, how did this happen? I used to be such a perfect driver. Just watch Mission 58 to see me in driving school and that proves it. Yet look how far I've fallen. I don't know how I could live without the title of Most Amazing Pro Driver in GTA SA on PC. That is, if anyone even still plays this game on PC. For all I know, the only reason I still have the title is because there isn't anyone else to give the title to. You know, I mentioned how terrible Woozie and his servant are, but Carl, I mean lying to a blind man like that. How could he do such a terrible thing? Taking advantage of someone's disability like that? Ignoring the fact that I did the same thing earlier by suggesting he punched Woozie in the face. Well, anyway, I don't actually know anything about cards, so I don't even know how bad a score 47 is. Assuming that's how many tears you shed after discovering you lost. Okay, so it's impossible to get inside without triggering the cutscene that causes you to be spotted. Not that I can think of a way that you would be able to stealthily blow things up, although based on what happened with construction works in the last mission. Oh come on, that's not fair, it won't even let me do that. Apparently Cole just freezes when he's spotted. Maybe he thinks they'll think it's just a statue. Well, as stupid as they probably are, I'm guessing they aren't that stupid. Why the game forced me to walk in like this with no control? Cole wouldn't just casually walk into a factory packed full of tough guys with guns and be shot. Or maybe he would. Sometimes he can be a bit stupid. But it seems like the game's working against me here and I don't like that. Well, at least I have my super OP minigun. I shall let it go just this once, just because I can easily slaughter them all with this thing in one shot. Even though the grenade I threw didn't even explode. I assume Cole forgot to pull the pin. It wouldn't surprise me after seeing him just try and walk in the factory like that. Well, I have to say, this is the worst looking factory I've ever seen in my entire life. I guess times must be pretty hard. I'm sure most factories are bigger and less messy than this. I mean, no one was doing any work when I got here. Everyone's job was just guard, apparently. I really doubt by looking at this that the process is automatic. It just seems sticks and random machines inside a cooling factory, which look really out of place next to all these useless cardboard boxes. As usual, these guys need another lesson how to properly execute an evil plan. Those were 2 bullets well spent. I can't say the lack of security surprises me anymore. I mean, they left the door wide open, literally. All they had was 2 people watching main gate as if they thought that was the only possible way anyone could get in. Okay, admittedly this guy behind the pillar did catch me off guard. I did feel like there was someone I was forgetting. Still, the fact that they surprised me and still didn't kill me doesn't make me think very highly of them. Nice to see you remembered the pin this time, CJ. Just remember, don't stand too close or you will die. Remember, it hurts a lot. Big boom equals bad. It makes it sound as if getting back will somehow be more difficult than getting in here, killing everyone, and well, okay, I did panic a little bit there. I knew there would be guys there, but I didn't expect them to do so much damage so quickly. Plus, they literally appeared out of absolutely nowhere. Pretty sure I would have heard them otherwise. Maybe they're electric cars. By the way, another tip for this mission, watch out for guys with shotguns. The one that Tina had a shotgun, which is why I killed him from a distance. Guys with shotguns are probably the most dangerous thing in the entire game. Even more dangerous than 6-star wanted level. All we need to do is install some shotguns and tanks and helicopters and I'd be dead in seconds. You know, I was going to say something about how getting back couldn't be more difficult than getting in, but that's on me, I was wrong. Plus this car is certainly not ideal for getting back and escaping the cops in. I can see how I might have trouble staying in one piece. I think one of my shots accidentally punctured this tyre and my mistake is coming back to haunt me. Like everything in this game, it is haunting me. I will admit I was pretty worried that the car would explode and I would die, but it seems like my driving skills decided to return at the last minute to save me. Like what happens in basically every film ever, with less crying, and romance, and distracting women, but probably an equal amount of explosions and action, depending on the film you're watching, I guess. I don't think there was much romance or explosions or action in The Wizard of Oz. I don't think Dorothy hooked up with the Scarecrow at the end, but feel free to let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think I want to know the exact details of such a relationship though. Could have been the line though, but then that just opens up a whole other can of worms. Speaking of cams, what about the Tin Man? I don't think anyone would want to be in a relationship with him though. Sounds painful. By the way, when I was looking up a funny film to use as a comparison there, I found a film called Kids. I'll give you a hint, it's not for kids. No matter what the title may suggest. See, this is a perfect example of how CJ is always attracting attention to himself. Just driving up the strip way above the speed limit with a punctured tyre and multiple bullet holes in a car with a whole load of dents in it. I think I would probably question that if I was the police. But maybe they're just used to it. Personally, if I had to keep dodging out of the way when I'm walking down the street every time Carl is trying to escape from people trying to kill him or whatever, I think I would complain. Seriously, if anyone complains about the text when there's voiceover, they'll be the first on my list of people who I find slightly annoying. I don't know if you realise, but that would be extremely shameful and no one would ever be able to look at you the same way again. It would be like if everyone secretly watched the inappropriate things you got up to in bed without you knowing and wondering why everyone kept looking at your crotch. If this sounds familiar, by the way, joke in cameras. Doesn't it seem a bit convenient that this guy just so happened to be leaving right as I got back? Maybe he thought it was worth it to drive out in his car just to ask me if I did it. Well, he teleported out of nowhere anyway, so it probably wasn't much trouble. Well, that was a strange ending. That was pretty funny, actually. It was all serious, and then he drives off and it pans to the right and he hits a palm tree. That must be embarrassing. Especially since the opening was so impossible to miss, but whatever. For all we know, he's blind too. It would be disrespectful to make fun of him like that. Even though he deserves it for all the things he's done. I basically hate him just for looking at me funny and cheating at golf. I treat him as if he murdered my entire family. Well, I still think he deserves it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback in the comments if possible to help me improve. Next time we'll be doing Mission 77, Don Quixote, when we hear from the truth for the last time before we see him just hanging out at Mad Dog's mansion like it's no problem. Which isn't even that weird considering some of the other things he does. Oh, and we meet 3 new characters, 2 of which are from Vice City, but you know, who cares about them? Oh, and one more thing before I end it. I've almost finished the next episode of the Hidden 2 Universe series, and I'd just like to know what you guys think about me doing a voiceover for that too. I mean, I don't think uploading 2 videos at once just to make up for it would work as well for that series as it did with this one, so instead I want to know what you guys think rather than just risking it. Anyway, remember to tell me what you think about that, and stay tuned for outtakes shortly after it fades to black. Trust me, there are plenty. Bye, Carl.
Goodbye.
I know, right? How's he move those chips without touching? I know, right? How does he move those chips? I'm choking. Can you hear me? I'm bouncing in a chair. I'm trying to move. It's okay. It's all loud. Don't worry. Okay, so it's impossible to get inside without triggering the cutscene that causes you to be spotted. Not that I can think of a way that you would be able to stealthily blow things up, although based on what happened with construction workers in the last mission. Oh, come on, he won't have... Well, at least I have my super OP minigun. I shall let it go just this once, just because I can easily slaughter them all with this thing in one shot. Even though that grenade I threw didn't even explode. I assume Carl forgot to throw the... Well, at least I have my super OP minigun. I shall let it go just this once, just because I can easily slaughter them all with this thing. I can't. Why is this line so hard? Well, I have to say, this is the worst looking factory I've ever seen in my entire life. I guess time must be pretty hard. I'm just... Oh my god. Oh my god. Those were 2 bullets well spent. I can't say lack of security surprised me anymore. I mean, I left the door wide open, literally. All I had to do... It makes it sound as if getting back will somehow be more difficult than getting in here. Killing Whoa! Well, okay, I did panic a little bit there. I knew there would be guys there, but I didn't expect them to do so much damage so quickly. Plus, they literally appeared about... It makes it sound as if getting back will somehow be more difficult than getting in here. Killing everyone, blowing up... Well, okay, I did panic a little bit there. I knew there would be guys there, but I didn't expect them to do much. I keep messing that part up. It makes it sound as if getting back will somehow be more difficult than getting in here, killing everyone, blowing... Well, okay, I did panic a little bit there. I knew there would be guys there, but I didn't expect them to do so much damage so quickly. Plus, they literally appeared about... You know, I was going to say something about how getting back couldn't be... I've already messed it up. I think that's a new record. It'd be like if everyone secretly watched you in the bed... Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback in the comments if possible, tell me improve. Next time we'll be doing Mission 77, Don Quixote, where we hit... I just stopped speaking. I don't know why. Like, for no reason. Whatever. I'll take number 13, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and some of the weirdest noises come out of my mouth when I mess up. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback. Is that what I just said? That was the 3rd time I've messed this part up. It's only the first sentence as well. There's like 10 of them. 10 sentences. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sentences. That's close to 10. And I can't even get past the first one. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback in the comments if possible, tell me improve. Next time we'll be doing Mission 77, Don Quixote, where we... Oh my god, I did it again. I made the same mistake as the first time. Hold on. When we hit... Next time we'll be doing Mission 77, Don Quixote, when we hear... For the... From... I must... For the... It's cause I messed it up. I wrote it wrong. Okay, well... So... I made 2 mistakes then. I said it wrong and I wrote it wrong. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback in the comments if possible, tell me improve. Next time we'll be doing Mission 77, Don Quixote, when we hear from the truth for the last time. But... I'm so surprised I managed to get past it that I just couldn't do it. I'm speechless. Because I did all... There was some last... Okay, I'll just do it again. I mean, I don't think uploading 2 videos at once just to make up for it would work as well for that series as it did with this one. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh no. It's right at the end. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. It's right at the end. And I messed it up. I don't believe it. I've gotta do it again. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback in the comments if possible, tell me improve. Next time we'll be doing Mission 77, Don Quixote, when we hear from the truth for the last time before we see him just hanging out at Mad Dog's mansion like it's no problem. Which isn't even that weird considering some of the other things he does. Oh, and we meet Funu mean, I don't think uploading 2 videos at once just to make up for it would. I'm broken record. Broken. I don't know what to say. I've been going since outtake 14 and I still haven't done it. Hey, guess what? I just did it! Finally! Oh god, now it's such a good feeling, you have no idea. You should try it sometime, cause actually you shouldn't, cause it's terrible. But it's done now, so that's good.